Hello everybody, welcome to What About the Game. Today I'm going to be talking about Fast Racing Neo, a Wii U eShop exclusive. So I've been waiting for this game forever. PR machine for this game has been doing the rounds for what seems like a year. And the moment I saw it, I knew that I wanted it. It's a futuristic racing game that looks remarkably like Wipeout, but actually it has more in common with F-Zero in regards to the gameplay. Alongside the standard racing mechanics, like drifting, boosting, you've probably seen by now that the tracks are littered with blue and orange strips, and your engine also has the ability to phase between blue and orange too at the flick of the X button, like Ikaruga. And if you switch your engine to blue while on the blue strip, you get a rather massive boost, and same with orange and orange. But if you have your engine on the blue while passing over an orange strip, then you will lose a lot of momentum. It's just one extra mechanic to think about in an already chaotic game. It's pretty daunting going into it, but actually once you get used to it, it becomes more natural and rather thrilling actually, especially if you do it perfectly and when it's on the fastest setting. There are 16 tracks in the game, and visually they all look brilliant. The weather effects are especially good. There are plenty of different environments to play in, like jungle, space, in the sky, on a stormy sea. While a couple are visually similar to each other, they all play very differently. I can quite easily say that I thoroughly enjoy 15 out of the 16 tracks, which is a pretty decent rate. It's better than most Mario Kart games. But the one that I did not enjoy, well, it's possibly the most horrific track that I've played in a very long time. Mainly due to its spike in difficulty compared to the other tracks. The game is overall rather difficult, but my god, this track is the bane of my existence. Why? Well, because there are hardly any barriers at the side of the track. Only boulders. Lots and lots of big boulders. Plus lots of tight corners and a borderline uncontrollable speed. That makes for a very exploded me over and over again. Even slowing down didn't really work because the AI opponents just could keep going at their normal speed anyway, so I'd lose no matter what. So anyway, the 16 tracks are divided into 4 cups, and these cups need to be played through at different speed levels. At first you're only allowed to play through them on the lowest speed, which is called subsonic. Then you can play them on supersonic, and finally hypersonic, which basically melts your face off. In order to progress, then you need to get at least a bronze trophy in every cup. The first difficulty is just about manageable. I think most gamers will be fine making progress, even if they've not fully mastered the switching and boosting yet. But the 2 difficulties after are really brutal. But I absolutely loved it. It's a big challenge, but I always believed that I could do it, and even if I had to try and try and try again. What made it possible was being consistent with my own results. Even if I kept placing 4th in every race, it was entirely possible to actually scrape through and get a bronze trophy due to the opponents being erratic through the course of the cup. In the first race, maybe one guy would come first, but in the second race, it was just as possible that he'd come last. It's not like Mario Kart where there's always a clear rival you have to beat. I really like Fast Racing Neo's approach, to be honest. There are 10 ships that you can pilot. Only 3 of them are unlocked at the start, but every time you win a cup, you basically unlock a new one. They all look fantastic and appropriately feel different from each other. I'd advise giving them all a playthrough, but I'm sure that very soon you'll find one which is suited for you. Personally, I went with the Moolah. That seemed to click with me the best. Outside the main mode, there's also a time trial mode and something called hero mode, which is insanely difficult. Basically, the tracks are mirrored, and this time you have a health bar which is shared with your boost bar. To be honest, I'm not sure this mode is for me. It's very, very difficult, and I don't think I have the patience for it. But for those who need more difficulty thrown at them, well, I think you'll be delighted. There's also a split screen mode for up to 4 people. I personally played it with 2 others. You can use the Pro Controller, of course, and even the Wii Remote. But to be honest, the motion controls are not recommended. It's very difficult to control. Playing with other people was really fun, especially seeing them trying to master the controls for the first time. Performance wise, the game does hit a bit of slowdown, and when everything goes a bit crazy for everybody, but it wasn't too noticeable, to be honest, nor did it affect anything. As you can see, the game is visually stunning and the music is really good too. It's a typical techno affair, but it's very good all the same. After beating all the cups on the highest setting, then you can unlock a jukebox to listen to everything at your own leisure. Overall, Fast Racing Neo is a must-have game if you're a Wii U owner. It's a futuristic racing game that we've all been crying out for, and Shinnen have really, stepped up to fill F-Zero's missing boots. It's exhilarating, fast-paced, and it offers a real challenge. But, with a dollop of skill and just a smidge of luck, you can actually make your way through it like I did, and it was well worth the surprisingly generous asking price. Okay guys, if you've enjoyed this video, then please be sure to like and subscribe. It will really help me out. It gives a heads up to publishers who are considering giving review codes out, and they seem to be drying up these days. Don't forget to read the very in-depth review of Fast Racing Neo at whataboutthegame.com, and keep up to date with us by following me on Facebook and Twitter. The links are below. Thanks guys, bye bye.